Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, DTE Energy Company just filed a Form 8 and I am seeing a key disclosure about their upcoming investor meetings. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is preparing to talk to investors and they've provided a heads up on what they will be discussing, especially regarding their future earnings. This filing is mainly about DTE Energy Company and its subsidiary DTE Electric Company, letting the public know about an upcoming investor event. It tells us when they will be meeting with investors and where to find some of the information they will be presenting. The report is dated the 5th of June 2026 and it's focused on an event happening just a few days later on the 8th of June 2026. This is typical for companies to give a heads up before major investor communications. The main point here is regulatory disclosure. Companies have to file these forms to inform the public about important events. This particular filing in 8K is for current reports, meaning it covers significant events that happen between their regular quarterly or annual filings. This section, Regulation FD Disclosure, is where they explain how they are informing everyone at the same time. Regulation FD, or Fair Disclosure, is a rule that requires companies to share material information with everyone at once, not just select people. So, by filing this, they are making sure all investors have access to the same information. DTE Energy is having an investor meeting on the 8th of June 2026. They are referencing an older filing from May 15, 2026, which included a slide presentation with Exhibit 99.1. This presentation is now available on their website, and the company is making it part of this filing for public access. The big focus of this meeting and the slides will be the company's financial guidance for 2026. They are giving investors an idea of how much they expect to earn. Now, guidance is always important because it sets expectations for the future of the company. Here is a really important point. When companies talk about operating earnings, they often exclude certain things. These are usually one-time events or things that can make earnings jump around a lot, like unexpected costs or gains. While that helps show the core business performance, it also means the reported earnings might look different. They are being upfront that they cannot provide a detailed breakdown of why the operating earnings might differ from the total reported earnings. This is because predicting things like special charges or changes in market values is really tough and can change rapidly. This lack of detailed reconciliation is something to keep an eye on. It means investors need to be extra diligent in understanding the difference between operating and reported numbers. This table lists the company's securities that are traded on stock exchanges. You can see they have common stock and different series of junior subordinated debentures. These are essentially different types of debt the company has issued, with varying interest rates and maturity dates. For example, they have the 2017 series E debentures paying 5.25% interest, due all the way in 2077. Having so many different types of debt instruments shows a diverse capital structure, which is common for large utility companies. Their common stock is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker DTE. This is the stock most people recognize when they think of DTE Energy. This shows they have a significant amount of long-term debt. These junior subordinated debentures mean that if the company were to go bankrupt, bondholders would get paid back after other creditors, but before stockholders. The long maturity dates, like 2077 and 2085, indicate a long-term financing strategy. This section simply lists the exhibits that are part of this filing. The most important here is Exhibit 99.1. which is the slide presentation they are referencing. This confirms that the slide presentation from their earlier investor events is being included as part of this current report. This is the document that likely contains the detailed 2026 operating earnings guidance. This part is crucial and often overlooked. It's a legal disclaimer about forward-looking statements. These are basically statements about what the company expects to happen in the future. The company is saying these statements are based on current assumptions and that actual results could be very different due to various risks and uncertainties. They also state they do not intend to update these statements if things change. This is a standard legal protection companies use to shield themselves from liability if their predictions don't come true. It is a reminder that the future is uncertain, and company guidance should always be viewed with caution. The report is signed by David Rudd, the Vice Chairman and Chief Financial Officer. This signifies that the company's top financial executive is attesting to the accuracy of the information provided. Looking at this filing, the primary takeaway is that DTE Energy is proactively communicating with investors about their 2026 outlook. They are providing earnings guidance, but are also careful to inform investors that the reported earnings might differ from operating earnings due to factors that are hard to predict. This suggests that while they are confident in their core business operations, there are external or non-recurring factors that could impact the final reported numbers. It is like getting a weather forecast that warns of potential rain showers, so you know to bring an umbrella even if the main forecast is for sunshine. The lack of a detailed reconciliation for these potential differences means investors will need to do their own homework when they look at the actual reported results to understand the drivers. The company's significant debt, as shown in the registered securities table, is a common feature for utility companies that require massive capital investment, but it's always a factor in assessing overall financial health. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. For more deep dives like this, remember to like, subscribe, and join our Discord community.